Okay, on to the next game. Udinese, Juventus.
My gosh.
2-2 draw.
The first upset.
Yeah, didn't take long. It only took the first match day.
No.
I mean, give me a rundown of what you think about this. This this two to
I
two
was
draw.
shocked when I first saw the lineup. That was the number one shock.
Ronaldo on the
Ronaldo was
bench.
dropped. There was rumors of Ronaldo asking to be dropped. Rumors of Allegri said he didn't want to start with him in the first place. It turns out Allegri said post-match it was a tactical decision. That's why he dropped Ronaldo. Uh, Ruffled feathers all across the media, sparking rumors like like wildfire. Ronaldo linked to Man City, Ronaldo linked to PSG, Kylian Mbappe in that triangle as well. It's crazy. Ronaldo almost making an impact coming off the bench. I think Allegri was happy. He kind of got called offside because
Yeah.
that way he wasn't proven wrong. Allegri's that type of guy. Uh, but Juve started the game so strong. Dybala, beautiful finish to start the game with that toe poke from Rodrigo Bentancur, the cross. And then setting up Juan Cuadrado, who danced through the Udine defense. And the game looked done and dusted
Yeah.
after that. Juve
You would think.
they looked amazing the first half. And then the second half,
Fell apart.
what happened?
It fell apart.
They completely fell apart. And Pirlo's son came out on Instagram, made a post saying if this was his father, the reaction would have been different compared to the man at the helm here, Allegri. So I have some questions. Do you think Allegri 3 years out of the game? I know it's still early, but being 3 years out of the game, do you think maybe he's a bit behind? Because that was shocking, that second half, and it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't the tactics, because we know ultimately why those two goals were conceded. Wojciech Szczesny,
Wow.
horrendous mistakes, two of them.
This guy's Poland's number one. Jeez.
What did you think
What
about the
an
game? What
embarrassment.
did you think about Juve and Allegri and the Ronaldo situation in this?
The Ronaldo situation we'll get to in a little bit, but Allegri, 3 years out of the game with the game changing the way it does, I think that 3 years is a long time to be out of the game. I think Allegri's got to make some adjustments. This is not the Serie A that Max Allegri left. When Max Allegri left, there was only one club and one club only, and that was Juve. And every club that came up to Juve was afraid to play Juve. They were already settling to lose. Like they would just sit back when they played Juve 3 years ago. Now,
Kind of the way Udinese approached this game
Yeah.
in the first half.
yeah. But then for some reason, Udinese turns around and starts pushing it on them. And I think that's going to be a big adjustment that Max Allegri is going to have to make, is that there are going to be clubs now that are not going to be afraid to take it to Juventus.
Exactly. They're going to go after them.
They're going to go after them. And I think Udinese basically gave the blueprint to all the other 18 Serie A teams. This is how you go at Juve, and look what happens when you pressure them. So Max Allegri's got to make some changes, and he's got to make some changes big time quickly.
What did you think of his starting lineup choice? 4-4-2, some questionable names in there, like Bernadeschi starting on the left wing,
It's what he's comfortable with.
Morato over Ronaldo,
It's what he's comfortable with.
Ramsey in the middle,
But we know, Jules, we know how.
no Chiesa.
It's Max Allegri. It's his way or the highway. This was a statement. These are my guys, and this is what I'm gonna do, and you gotta do what I say. That's the Max Allegri way. I mean, if you guys watched if you watched the Netflix documentary on the Juve, which was done a couple of years ago when Allegri was the coach, watch the way Allegri is. Watch the way he reacts with his players. He's Il Duce over there. He thinks he's Il Duce.
He is. He demands respect.
He does.
He's a big personality in the change room.
He does. The one thing I do want to talk about is, yes, the two big goalkeeping mistakes by Wojciech Szczesny. I mean, the first one, the penalty.
The penalty, for me, he should have done better with the shot in the first place.
He should have.
Terrible. He didn't prairie it to
Yeah.
the side, nothing. He pushes it right out to the forward and then makes a diamond attempt takes him right out.
Yeah.
It was 100% a penalty.
Yeah.
He completely mistimed
And
it.
it's all his fault.
Yeah.
The second goal, playing with the ball, I don't get that in your 18.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
Me neither.
If you're a goalkeeper and you feel pressure, just put it out. Put it out for a corner, bring your guys back, reset, and start over. I think if he does that, Udinese doesn't score, right? But I think with Max Allegri there, Chesney's going to have a very short leash because they do have a very fantastic goalkeeper in Mattia Perin, who has revitalized his career at Genoa last year.
Deserves his chance.
He does.
At Juve, deserves it. He was
Chesney,
one of the better goalies in Serie A last year.
Yeah, I think Chesney keeps this up for 1 or 2 more games. I think you're going to see Perin very soon, sooner than later. I think I'm going to make a prediction right now. I'm going to say at the end of the season, Mattia Perin is your starting goalkeeper for Juve.
That's my
prediction.
That'd be pretty.
Right, that's just the way Chesney is. He's a hothead.
Even on the penalty save attempt, he looked just off.
Pots.
Something was off there.
He's pots. Everybody says he's crazy. Ask my father. My father says he's nuts. He's nuts. So my son's a goalkeeper, and we tell him, listen, don't be like Chesney. You be like Donnarumma.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
What did you tell him at his game yesterday?
Oh, so I told him, I said, what do we do? What do we talk about? I said, we're not going to be like the Polish goalkeepers. Dragowski and Chesney. When you play in net, you play in net with your Italian side. You play like Donnarumma and Cragno and Di Silvestri. He said, okay, Papa, no problem. Got a clean sheet.
And that's it. What do we think of Udine? Let's not make this all about Juve. Udine wearing the black and white stripes. This game looking like Juventus in the second half a little bit.
Udinese. Let's say this. I want to ask you this question about Udinese. How much do they miss Rodrigo De Paul right now?
They miss him. For the creative aspect of the game, they miss him big time. It's not there. Like I said, Juve were phenomenal. They outplayed. The midfield was chasing Juve's shadows. The only reason why Udine came back was because of 2 mistakes. It's not going to happen week in, week out.
No.
So Udine need to get their act together in the midfield because it's terrible. The quality is terrible in the midfield. Big changes off the bench made the difference. Okaka, Deulofeu
showed up.
They made 2 big impacts. I mean, Roberto Perea, Posueto. So the offensive line is what's going to help Udine, but you're definitely going to see a more defensive approach from them this year.
Yeah.
Because that creative spark, it's gone. Yeah. It's completely gone. I know I saw Striker Larson trying to get a little bit more involved in the play, but he has it in spurts, but he's not that player. The only other player maybe that brings a creative spark off the wing is Molina from Argentina, who just won the Copa America with Argentina. Maybe he can do something, but he was completely outplayed on his wing between Alexandro and Bernardeschi. So Udine got a lot of work to do.
No, they do.
They have a lot of work to do.
They do. And quickly, I want to take it back to, obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
Is he staying or is he going?
It's hard to say because he's on the last year of his contract. He's going to go as a free agent. We know he's not going to re-sign with Juve, not a chance. Do we think something will happen between now and the 31st of August? You know what? I could see something happen. I think Real Madrid's efforts to get Kylian Mbappe are real. If that does happen, you will definitely see Ronaldo, Neymar, Messi lining up at PSG.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
And then the other thing is Man City didn't get their guy in Harry Kane. Harry Kane is now opted to stay at Tottenham Hotspur. So there's a spot there waiting for a goal-scoring player, which Man City has been lacking. That's been the missing factor for Man City to push them over the edge to get Champions League glory. And who other than Ronaldo scores goals like nobody else?
Okay,
you know?
But on top of that, we all know how he feels about managers that are very strong-headed. If he were to go to Man City, could he handle playing Pep Guardiola's system under Pep Guardiola, knowing how Pep Guardiola is with his players?
I know, because you saw Pep Guardiola release Kun Agüero because he doesn't put in the defensive work. Pep Guardiola wants to see pressing from the top. That's a trade-off with Ronaldo. He's going to give you the goals, but at the same time, he's not. It's like playing with a man down when Juve don't have the ball. That's a fact. So that's a trade-off. Man City have to weigh that risk.
Not only for Juventus, but for Portugal too.
Yeah, for Portugal too. But you got to weigh it. Not having the ball, being a man down, but when you have Ronaldo, it's like having a man extra when you have the ball.
When you have the ball.
And Man City, which team has the ball more than Man City?
Man City has the ball, right?
So that's what they got to weigh, right? Pep's the master of making tweaks in the tactics to set up. He would protect Ronaldo in that way.
Do you think those two egos can coexist?
I think so. I think Ronaldo, he's gone along with every manager he's worked with, from what I understand. Allegri, I think in Saudi, for whatever reason, it's the Italian managers get rubbed the wrong way with Ronaldo, because at the end of the day, we know Sadi's offensive, but he wants a defensive presence from the top. Allegri loves his defensive game. And Ronaldo's not going to give you that. So it's just these two managers he's kind of rubbed the wrong way. Unfortunately, these are the two managers Ronaldo's had at Juve. Pirlo, it seemed to be working out pretty good. And now he's got his arch nemesis back in Allegri. And Allegri, the power shift it's in Allegri's court. He has the big contract, multiple years. Ronaldo's on 1 year left. It's you listen to me
Or don't play.
or get out. That's it. It's that simple. You don't want to play the way I see the game, get out. I don't need you.
Yeah.
And that's what Allegri thinks of Ronaldo. He doesn't want to build a team around him. You got to respect that Allegri's won 5 Scudetto. He knows what it takes to win. He's done it with Milan too. We can't forget that. And that's what he wants. But is Juve going to back their manager? That's a big question. That's the big problem when you sign superstar players and you try and fit them into the system of very hard-nosed coaches, very specific coaches, the way they see the game. They don't see it any other way. That's Juve's problem now.
Tough draw. Tough draw. Juve fans, don't panic. It's only one game, but tough draw. That was good.